Welcome back, Hume-Fogg students, to episode 14 of the Nighttime Show. It is your proud host, Amar Bates.
And I'm your host, Jack.
And this week we'll just be kicking right into, actually, the Nitro's fact of the week. Jack, why don't you get us started?
Thanks, Amar. This week we will be starting a new segment with the mascot of HFA and the nightly news, Knightro. We will be giving you a new Hume-Fogg fact every week about our school and its history. So this week, our fact is, the nightly news in the journalism class used to be at HFA all the way up until 2017 when it was not offered for the next 4 years. After that break, the nightly news came back and is now better than ever. Up until 2017, it was taught by the wonderful Miss Schultz, and now it is taught by the amazing Miss Murray. Thanks, Amar, for that introduction. Let's go ahead and get into the weekly watch.
Yesterday was President's Day, so if you took the time to remember all of our long-lost presidents and our current presidents, Black History Month program is today during nighttime. More on that later.
Thanks, Amar. Before we continue with the weekly watch, I actually have a little game for you related to Black History Month, so let's go ahead and get into it. I have two quotes right here, and each quote is from a notable African-American in history, and you're going to be guessing who said the quote. So we're going to put your knowledge to the test here. The first quote: I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Amar, do you know who said this? I think it's a pretty good quote. I wish I used it for my senior quotes.
Yeah, it's gotta be like, it's like sentimental quote. Man, I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh, wait, say it again. You said what you did?
I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. If you don't know, it's okay.
I was gonna say like Rosa Parks, but like
no one
forgot what she did.
Do we know the answer?
I'm gonna say Ruby Bridges, bro. Just Ruby Bridges. Maya Angelou. Okay.
It's all right. I mean, it's okay. We'll go. You can redeem yourself here with the next one.
All right.
I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying.
Not trying.
Take a quick peek here. Oh, okay.
Okay, is it, let me get a hint. Recent or past?
I think his 59th birthday was today. Yeah. He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Martin Luther King.
Yes, but in sports terms, he's the GOAT.
Oh, sports. Oh, this is a sports guy?
Yeah.
What?
It's your sport.
My sport. Basketball?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Come on, Amar.
59. Michael Jordan?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Michael Jordan.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, thanks, Amar, for playing that game with us. Let's go ahead and continue. Tomorrow we have a fire drill during fourth period, so let's hope there's no rain there, it's not cold, and fourth period is a class you can afford to miss a little bit of time in. Now we're going to go into the athletic portion of the weekly watch. First, we're going to recap last week's Titan Ball games, and then we're going to preview some of this week's games. So let's get into it. Last week, Real Sagan squared up against the Vamps. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Real Sagan came out of the game with yet another blowout victory, winning the game 14-4. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't see how Real Sagan doesn't wipe the floor with everybody they come up against. I mean, they are just ridiculously good. And if any opponent they play beats them or even comes close to beating them, they have my full respect. But the game after that was a little bit more competitive. It was the Strami Mommies versus Squad Shiesty. Both teams were on the brink of elimination and came to play that day. Unfortunately for Squad Shiesty, they came up short and made an early exit in the tournament, but Amar and the Strami Mommies hung in there and survived. So congratulations, Amar, on that wonderful performance. As a result of those matchups, Real Sagan secured the #1 seed in the Final Four, and the Vamps got that #4 spot. So the upcoming matchups will determine how the other two spots are filled. So on Wednesday, we've got the Lightning Sharks playing Victoria's Secret. That's my team, so I'm hoping we can get the W there. That'll be our 3rd straight W, so that would be pretty impressive. And then the game after that, the Maybach Marauders take on the Strami Mommies. I'm really looking forward to seeing that game. I think it's going to be a close one. And Amar, how do you fancy your team's chances?
We're definitely the underdogs in this situation, but I think we could win. We came close to arguably the #1 team, the Real Sagan, and Maybach Marauders just lost last week.
Right.
So we can probably win.
I have faith in you, Amar, and I'll be rooting for you there. So yeah, that about wraps up Titan Ball. Let's move on to another sport, swimming. 2 weeks ago, the swim team placed 12th out of 131 teams.
Wow.
So congratulations to the swim team on a great season. That's really impressive for a state meet, in my opinion. Now, Amar is going to tell you a little bit about the district tournament for basketball and how his team is faring there.
As for basketball, we have the tournament. We started the tournament. The girls played last Thursday. They won against Glencliff. You know, it was an easy victory for the Hume-Fogg girls. You know, we love our ladies. And then on Friday, the guys had a game. And depending on how that happens, we either are still in the tournament or we are out of the tournament, and we are currently on to the next sport. If you are playing a sport, it's either track, tennis, or soccer.
Or boys baseball.
Or boys baseball.
Yeah, you don't want to forget about them.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, well, thanks, Amar, for that. Now let's move on to the Lunch and Learn segment of the Weekly Watch. First up on Tuesday, our wonderful social media correspondent who does all the student survey interviews, Matthew Maroney. He's going to be conducting a Lunch and Learn on the Tennessee Student Voter Act. He will be discussing a bill that makes it easier for Tennessee youth to vote. So that's pretty cool. Matthew Maroney does a lot of stuff with civic engagement, and props to him for that. On Thursday, there's another Lunch and Learn, Amar.
Thursday, there's a Lunch and Learn about historically black colleges, HBCUs, with the alumni who attended those HBCUs. So if you're interested in attending any of those colleges, then make sure you go to that. You get all the knowledge you can gain. And I'm also interested in the HBCU. It's North Carolina A&T. It's probably like the best engineering school of an HBCU. So I don't know. That's on my radar.
That's awesome. You think you'll show up to that Lunch and Learn tomorrow?
Most definitely. If you want to see me, get an autograph. You want an autograph, you might have to show up to the Lunch and Learn.
That's right. And then on Friday, we have a panel with the editors of the Nightly News for those who are interested in taking journalism next year. Think of it kind of like an interest meeting. So if you want to be or have a leadership position in journalism next year, if you want to replace me as an anchor, be sure to show up for that. There's going to be a lot of people there who will be making very important decisions next year as to who will be filling what roles in journalism. So show up for that and make your presence known, get your name out there, and yeah, I would highly recommend it. Journalism's a great class, and it has done so much for me and my career here at Hume-Fogg. One more thing to talk about in the Weekly Watch. Miss Albrecht has asked us to talk a little bit about prom this year, so if you're a sophomore and freshman, maybe tune out for a few moments. This pertains mainly to juniors and seniors. We'll be hosting prom at the Country Music Hall of Fame. Great venue. I've heard from Mr. Hollinsworth that this venue is the best venue he has ever been to a prom at, and he's been to a lot in his time. It's going to be on April 9th from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Dinner will be served for those who want it from 6:30 to 8:30. Tickets are $55, and parking will not be included, so make sure you have a parking spot for that night. I hope you all have dates or don't have dates, whatever you want to do, but I hope you all will be there, and I hope to see a lot of you there because it's going to be a fun night.
And on that note, Jack, do you have a prom date?
I'm contemplating ways to ask her as we speak, yes. So I'll get it done, and hopefully I will have one, yes.
Hopefully she says yes. Hopefully she says
yes.
Let's all pray for Jack.
Okay, thank you.
Give him his good luck.
Keep me in your thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. And that about concludes a lengthy Weekly Watch segment for this week. We had a lot of stuff to report, and we're happy to do that for you. So now let's move on to student surveys for this week with Matthew Maroney. We're going to bring back the countdown because we haven't done that in a few weeks, so let's go ahead and do it. 3, 2, 1.
Yo, welcome back, guys. We're here once again for student surveys. First question this week, I gotta give credit to Savannah for. Which animal do you think you could steal from the Nashville Zoo?
Hey, Red Panda, I'm coming for you. You think you could do the ninja moves? Okay, you think you could be a little fox and just go by Red Panda for some reason? No, you're done. You're coming home. Okay, you're done. Let me get the check for you. Okay, you're done. You're done. You're done. Okay.
If I was a red panda right now, I would be quaking in my boots.
Oh, probably one of those parrots they have in just those enclosures that are just flying around. You could probably shove one of those down your backpack or something.
What would you do about the noise, though?
Put a pacifier in his beak or something. I don't know.
It's a foolproof plan, dog.
Meerkat. There's so many of them. they wouldn't notice if one was missing.
Do you have like a strategy, like anything you could put it in?
Carrot on a stick, maybe, or I would just jump in there and act like I was one of them.
Those are super inconspicuous. I bet they'd work.
I would say a giraffe, because like if you can get to the top of their neck, you could just like hang on and be like 3 steps and you're out of the zoo.
But like, wouldn't everybody see you?
I mean, what are they gonna chase after a giraffe? Like, bro.
One of the kangaroos, obviously, because there's that huge pit and they're all just roaming. I think I could grab one.
What's the plan? Like, you gonna get in its pouch? You gonna make your own pouch? Like, how are you gonna do it?
A little of both, maybe.
Absolutely. Second question for this week. Which Hume-Fogg teacher would you least want help from on the Wordle?
Probably Collins. He just doesn't seem very trustworthy.
Mr. Collins, he's very math-centric.
Man, we need to rename this segment to Mr. Collins Slander. People were saying you needed a booster seat to see the steering wheel.
My gut reaction is Lovell. I just don't necessarily feel like words are his forte. Sorry, Lovell.
Absolutely.
Blair. I don't want to offend my teachers, so I'll have to pass.
Are you sure?
Maybe Blair.
Maybe Blair, okay.
But that's because I don't care about the kids.
Thank you. All right, last question. What's the most random thing you carry around in your backpack?
It's not really random. I do have like a very impressive set of pens, like every color possible.
How many pens are we talking here?
Probably like 18.
Probably an empty soda can. You never know what you're gonna need some aluminum for.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
I carry a Bible around.
Just to study it?
No, I just carry it.
Do you like?
Oh, I actually got it from like one of those people who were passing out. They like pass out pamphlets and Bibles like in front of the school. So yeah, I just had that and I kept it in my backpack.
A jar of peanut butter, because you never know when you're gonna need that protein. Am I right?
I think a worry stone. So you kind of like rub it when you're anxious. Yeah, the weirdest thing I have.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Another great week of student surveys. Thank you to everybody who participated and makes this segment possible. The reaction question for this week is going to be, what teacher do you least want Wordle help from? Unfortunately, Eminem, Maggie, and Mai couldn't be here with us, so we've got Amir and Zhiyun taking their place. So let's just go right down the line. Amir, which teacher do you least want help from the Wordle with?
I think Lovell would not have the best way with words.
Lovell, okay.
And I've seen a lot more people say this, but I think Lovell will be the worst Wordle helper. Oh. Even though I love him, but still,
man.
I just gotta say this.
Oh man. Okay, that was a very convicted
very
statement,
passionate
to say
answer,
the least.
yes.
Omar, what do you think?
To be honest, I don't even know. I know the best for me. It'll be Mr. Blair. He got one of them, he got one of them in 2 tries.
Wow.
You know, on the second try, that's very impressive.
Fair enough. I think a lot of people in the student surveys were saying that Mr. Blair was the worst. Is that right, Albert? Yeah, so.
Mr. Blair is definitely the best.
Okay, well.
You gotta give it to Mr. Blair.
Good for you for standing up to him. All right, Zhiyun, what do you think? Which teacher do you least want Wordle help from?
It has to be Mangrum. I just don't trust the guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Man.
For me, like a lot of the people in the responses said math teachers because they think math teachers don't have a way with words. So I'm gonna say an English teacher to spice it up. Ooh.
Too spicy, huh?
I can't go against one of my English teachers. All of my English teachers have been fantastic, and all the teachers at Hume-Fogg are really bright. So let's just end on a lighthearted answer.
And now it's time for the Club Spotlight BSU edition. The Black History program wouldn't be as possible without the Black Student Union providing every student of African American descent a nice, warming, welcoming community. And all because of that, it makes HFA 10 times more better for the Black History Month. And we thank you all for that, especially the 2 presidents that we also interviewed for this month. And we'll be playing that now. Hey guys, today we're interviewing Cindy Rucker and Savannah Ray Snyder about BHM, Black History Month. They are the 2 presidents of BSU, and we're going to ask them a couple questions such as the following. How far has your work taken BSU in terms of reach across the school?
Well, this year, obviously, we usually have an assembly, and I think last year, through our virtual work, we had a lot of the underclassmen who are just really interested in being involved in the school, be a part of it. And I think because of the work we laid last year and all of the work we did on social media and online, we have a lot more involvement, and obviously that's the most important thing about having a club like this. But I also think right now we're really focused on offering as much support to all the Black students and others that are in the club. Especially, we've been planning more college visits and tutoring and really just peer help, because as a whole we want everyone just to feel like they have their support.
We especially just want to do community outreach and to see what opportunities we could give the kids to not only better themselves, but to make the school a safer environment for all people of color and people in general. So whatever support we can provide, whether it be academic or emotionally based, we're here to be those people for them.
Yeah, those are very great goals, great morals, great morals. What should students expect next week other than the assembly?
Oh, we have a whole Black History Month Spirit Week planned, and those Spirit Days are going to be coming out soon, so I don't want to give away too much. But it's going to be really fun and also engaging throughout the grades, so look forward to those.
Definitely look for the big productions that we have ready to put on for the school, and be ready to be an ally to all of your Black friends at school, so, and people that you are friends with.
Yeah, all Black people at the school.
All people at the school.
Well, that about wraps up our interview, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
And that concludes episode 14 of the Nighttime Show. Thank you all for attending this fairly lengthy video due to the weekly watch. And before we close out completely, make sure you submit your content to the Foghorn Magazine by emailing hfanightlynews@gmail.com. And Student Survey's full episode link is in the description down below. It's been your hosts, truly, Amar Bates,
Jack Vaughn,
Zhiyun, and Amir. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. President's handshake. As always. Peace. Now, Amar is going to tell you a little bit about the district tournament for basketball and how his team is faring there.
Okay, before we do that, my tape is coming undone.
His tape is coming undone. Cut.
Bro,
right here.
Oh. Hey, but the puff stayed on. The 49ers beat the Rams twice in the regular season. Rams beat the 49ers in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
We play Central in the playoffs. They beat us twice in the regular season.
You're about to win. Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't jinx it though. It's still recording tomorrow.
Oh
yeah, that's a good idea.
I be getting hot, bro. He put me in a spot with that game. That got me nervous.
You agree that Michael Jordan's the GOAT, right? Of basketball?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what you meant by GOAT.
The people that say LeBron,
I was
Not
actually
a gimme, but like
no chance LeBron is the GOAT. He is not the GOAT.
No, low key.
Michael Jordan's the GOAT.